Since finding fame with his hit Gummo a year ago, 6ix9ine has enjoyed a meteoric rise to superstardom to become one of the hottest artists in music right now. Whatever else one thinks of him, there's no arguing that 6ix9ine has mastered the art of getting attention. Hernandez, who raps under the title of 6ix9ine, has rocketed from anonymity to fame over the past year, because his focus on triggering strong reactions is unhindered by any distinction between approval and disapproval. It doesn't matter if you hate him, because he welcomes hate. For him, the fact that he's been noticed is all that counts. In just a short amount of time, he's already rubbing shoulders with hip-hop royalties such as Kanye West and Nicki Minaj. However, 6ix9ine is now in danger of falling just as fast as he rose. To gain a proper understanding of his potential downfall, we need to go back. Back to before all the face tattoos. Back to before the rainbow-coloured hair. Tekashi 6ix9ine, born Daniel Hernandez in 1996, grew up in Bushwick, Brooklyn, New York, and was raised by a Mexican mother and Puerto Rican father. His father was brutally murdered in 2009 when Hernandez was just 13 years old. This was described as a pivotal moment by Hernandez in his recent appearance on The Breakfast Show, as he highlighted that he underwent severe weight loss as a result of the trauma. According to his No Jumper interview with Adam22, 6ix9ine said he was expelled from school in the 8th grade and did not further his education. He also said, "I stopped going to school to help my mother pay the rent." In 2014, 6ix9ine begins rapping on a whim. For the last 2 years, the Brooklyn rapper 6ix9ine has used social media to build a larger-than-life reputation as a proud public menace, a self-described supervillain whose mere presence seemed to attract drama and gun violence. That persona was an act, he said, but it put him on a path to hip-hop stardom. To gain even more credibility with his online audience, he partnered a year ago with Brooklyn men the police say are affiliated with the 9 Trey Gangsta Blood street gang. For some rap stars, gang life was an unavoidable means of survival, and music offered a way out. For 6ix9ine, it was reversed. Gang affiliations lent authenticity to a rap career rooted more in sensationalism than in biography or in raw talent. For his critics, 6ix9ine represented the worst-case scenario of millennial hip-hop, a digital brand built around bravado and violence, with little notion that the act could have real-life repercussions. As 6ix9ine was building his online persona in 2016, Shotty was skirting an outstanding warrant. When approached by 6ix9ine, Mr. Jordan said he found the young rapper intriguing because he was so comfortable being himself. In a recent podcast, Shotty had this to say about his fateful meeting with 6ix9ine.
That's what we about.
Well, I mean, obviously, like Tekashi's the lifeblood of this, you know, of it, and he's the embodiment of, like you said, just being yourself, right? Like, how did you? Because it's just an interesting pairing, man, to see y'all two running the city like that. Where did you even like find him? How did you, you know what I mean, link up with Tekashi and build this relationship?
Well, he's from the neighborhood, you know.
Where you from? What neighborhood are you?
Bed-Stuy.
Bed-Stuy, okay.
Bed-Stuy. We had a mutual friend. One of my little homies brought him around. You know what I mean? I was always keen to him. He was always smart. You know, did his little thing.
So you knew him for a minute?
Yeah, knew him for a little while, and he was. You believe in somebody when they believe in themselves. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It tends to make you focus on them. You know, because everybody there are hundreds of people. Like, yo, I'm a rap. I want to. You know, we from the neighborhood.
For sure. Hell yeah.
That's one of the outlets that they give you.
Everybody trying to get on. Yeah, that's the
one outlets, right? So you know, he was getting on and he was very passionate about it. He started grinding, doing his own thing. I mean, we spoke about it, then he went to Europe, did his little thing, came back and he showed me the video. Like, yo, they, look at him, they calling this, you know, he showed me the video.
So,
I'm like, oh shit.
So it's like, it's getting real, right?
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is he, you know?
Right.
And this time, you know, nobody heard about him, whatever the case may be. And he's just like, yo, big homie, trust me, bro. Like, trust me, bro, it's gonna be lit. And, you know, I was going through my little life emotions, you know, little stresses or whatever at the time.
Yeah.
And
how long ago was this?
Maybe like 2 years or so.
Okay.
You know what I mean, going through little emotions, and it just happened. An elder of mine's older lady, she was just like, "Yo, just go do something different, like, you know, just get out the house, stop being stressed." You know, she's like, just go out the house. I'm just on the stoop, and he just come by, like, "Yo, look, bro." I'm like, you know what? Come here, sit down. Let me see this shit. Let me see what you doing. You know what I mean?
Hold on. So, but were you like the music nigga in the neighborhood? Like, what was it that about Tekashi that made him like, yo, I gotta holla at Shotty for this, man? Like, what was it about you, man? That was you doing music at the time? What was the vibe?
Nah, I wasn't actually doing music at the time. I was just You know, I was just, like I said, I was finding
around.
myself as well.
Yeah, I feel you was around. I feel it.
Yeah. So just one thing led to another. You know, financially, just little things. You know, he's a lot younger than me.
Yeah.
I'm versed in the street. I know a lot of people, you know, in the industry as well, and it seemed like the smartest thing to do. Like, you know.
It is interesting to note how in that same podcast, Shotty compares his label Tr3yway to that of 6ix9ine's Deathrow, a former controversial rap mogul who was sentenced to 28 years. Knight was the founder and CEO of gangster rap label Deathrow Records, the biggest hip-hop record label of the 90s. 6ix9ine's violent history is well documented, and he's even alleged to have involvement in both Tupac's and Biggie's deaths. In a DJ Vlad interview, asked whether Tr3yway is the new Deathrow, 6ix9ine said this.
Oh, bro, but what I want to ask you too was, like, what is your thoughts on like certain cliques and groups they refer themselves as the new Deathrow? Did that kind of like bother Sugar? He just something like passing the torch.
Oh hell no, bro. Yeah, like, you know, shout out to Tr3yway because I know he put up that new Deathrow shit, man. You know what, man?
Yeah.
Nah, man. I don't. Deathrow always gonna be the greatest label, and if anything, that shit is just flattering. You know what I'm saying? It's just more like salute, bro, for sure. And shit, nigga, that is some new Deathrow shit. The nigga, the boy 6ix9ine got like 6 billboards up right now. He going with, or he's doing for 8 for 8. The nigga doing some Deathrow shit. Everybody from Deathrow, goddamn, it's been made it. Dre, billionaire, Snoop, that nigga. You know what I'm saying? My pop's still a headliner. It's still, everybody still carry weight for me. So we not negative about anything. We just like, nigga, let my pops out so we can get in, cause we got talent. we like put Booby in, you know what I'm saying? Like put Booby in, coach. I don't know, for real. Just put Booby in. We ain't trying to scare nobody. I know we a little bigger than usual. You know, we look a little scarier. You know, we got a lot of red on, but we safe.
Hey, long as the bag up front is right,
the bag will be right too. Exactly. Yeah, we should go. Trust me, I'm about to get ready to start passing out turkeys. That's what I'm trying to do.
The partnerships marked a new artistic and personal chapter for 6ix9ine. Once lauded for his edgy, almost gothic videos and musicality, he inched towards more traditional street rap and frequently insulted rival rappers online. The video for 6ix9ine's single Gummo, which would go on to be viewed more than 300 million times on YouTube, was a visual testament to Shotty's influence. The entire cast sports red bandanas, a homage to the Bloods. The work 6ix9ine had put in over the last 2 years on social media to build his larger-than-life reputation and a self-described supervillain finally paid off. It attracted drama and gun violence, but it also allowed him to enjoy a rapid ascent into stardom and a much-hyped collaboration with Nicki Minaj.
Draco got that kickback when I blow that. They all do track, they don't shoot back. One shot, close range, right down head tie. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I lived that Cola Uber with my shooter with a Ruger. We gon' do your.
The pair became almost inseparable. Intriguing vocals, 6ix9ine developed a new calling card, wailing Shotty's Tr3yway catchphrase as a battle cry in songs and live stream videos. At the same time, 6ix9ine was becoming the most controversial and in-demand character in rap, with blogs breathlessly following his every move and more established artists jumping on board. Fans debated the legitimacy of his gang affiliations, the morality of supporting a sex offender, but in a streaming-based music economy, controversies meant listeners. 6ix9ine never hired a publicist, yet he landed 10 singles on the Billboard Hot 100. Tensions were starting to simmer between the rapper and his mentor. 6ix9ine's accelerated route to fame was anything but smooth. As his earning potential grew, tensions simmered between Shotty's street crew, which wanted to guide 6ix9ine's career, and his legitimate industry team, which imagined him as a mainstream star. The problem for 6ix9ine was that his Brooklyn associates were not simply business partners. Shotty and his clique, according to prosecutors, had long rap sheets and were prone to violence. On the night in July that 6ix9ine released his most successful song to date, the 3-times platinum Fifi with Nicki Minaj, he was kidnapped on his way home from a video shoot and robbed of his jewelry. He later referred to his escape as divine intervention. This month, A former Tr3yway associate who was believed to be disgruntled was charged with the crime. Tensions reached a crescendo this month in LA after there was a shooting on 6ix9ine's video set with Nicki Minaj and Kanye West, resulting in the whole thing being cancelled. The drama had now interrupted 6ix9ine's planned rollout and was directly affecting his career. After that, the relationship between 6ix9ine and his street mentor deteriorated quickly. In an interview with The Breakfast Club days before his arrest, 6ix9ine said he had fired everyone except Mr. Grange and attributed the split mostly to money. He had booked a national tour but did not feel he was getting his rightful share. He also invoked the July robbery. "I knew how strong my team was. Nobody could touch me," he said. "The only way you could touch me is if you were already next to me." 6ix9ine also mentioned that the only things he feared was God and the FBI, and as it turned out, they were both knocking at his door. And lastly, 6ix9ine had distanced himself from Tr3yway. He said he had created Tr3yway. This did not sit well with the gang, who believed 6ix9ine to be dry snitching. The feds wiretapped several former members of the Brooklyn rap's entourage as they were discussing feeding 6ix9ine following his recent interview. Prosecutors believe feed is slang for shooting him. They also said it's time that 6ix9ine is super violated and that he was never gang. It's easy to see what has happened. 6ix9ine used his gang affiliations to great effect, being a rainbow-haired coloured kid associated with a notorious gang whilst trolling other rappers and gangs was something that caught on well with the public. He was untouchable. Unfortunately, it also came at a price. 6ix9ine was the golden goose for his gang. Most of the people around him were all profiting off of him, from his manager to his security guards. It's been claimed that Shotty, the manager, has even made millions. In return for all of this, 6ix9ine enjoyed the affiliation and protection from all other gangs he's been antagonizing. Now that he's a superstar, however, 6ix9ine felt it was time to put his foot down on the exploitation by firing his entire team. This threatened everything for the gang. As Charlemagne says, you can't come into the rap game and then turn around and decide you want to be a gangster. You get to a certain point and you've either got to evolve or die. Thank you guys for listening. Please do subscribe. This is a new channel. If you really enjoyed this, let me know down in the comments. Let's have some sort of discussion going. What do you guys think about 6ix9ine? Do you think he will be released anytime soon? Do you think this is the end for his career? Please let me know. Once again, thank you for listening. See you next time.